What up, YouTube? Nice guy here with a Cologne review. Something a little different. I hadn't done it before, at least I don't think I have. But got a new Cologne just off a recommendation of a YouTuber. I believe her name is Curly Fragrance. And, it's, every once in a while I give a YouTuber, if they have a recommendation, I'll just go ahead and blind buy it, based on a recommendation. So for this particular situation, I did. And basically it's called Smoky Wood by Anfar, London. This is a box presentation. It's actually pretty nice. Looks like an award, And it's pretty nice, in my opinion. It's probably one of the nicest ones I've seen. He really did put a lot of effort into it. Also, the cologne itself is right here. Okay, it's pretty hefty, And then the top is pretty nice as well. So it's got a pretty good sprayer. And off my initial impression of it, I wasn't totally sure if I actually liked it. I got it, the description is more around the lines of Dior Sauvage, and then a Creed Adventus Absolute, I believe. I hadn't actually smelled Creed Adventus Absolute, but I have smelled Dior Sauvage. Not my cup of tea, but because this one's kind of like a different variation of it, the scent, I thought I'd try it because it sounded like it'd be different from something I already have. And I don't particularly like having things that smell the same. And so I do see the Dior Sauvage in it, and then it's got like a green, kind of like a green smell to it. So it's not necessarily a young guy's cologne. However, if you're dressed up, I think you can pull it off, So, but if you can probably get your nose on it, which might be quite difficult, I would try to smell it first. It seems like it's more of a Middle Eastern type house, and so actually finding it somewhere around here, unless you're in a big city, it might be a little difficult to try to smell it. But the cool thing about it is I got it off Amazon. It was only like $48. So it's actually a pretty decent price for something that, I just blind bought it, so it wasn't too expensive, And so I was willing to take that gamble and just try it out. It does smell kind of like a fall scent. Fall, you could probably pull it off in the winter as well. My first initial spray, I think I had it on like all night, so it probably lasts a good 12 hours at least. And then when it kind of dries down, I think the smell kind of gets a little bit more interesting. It changes a little bit. I did have it on my wrist, but I covered it up. So, but my initial, it's a little brighter when you first spray it on. When it comes down, I think it smells pretty interesting. I actually haven't taken it out to get any comments on it just yet, so I'm not sure when I'll do that. And be around some people I actually know. Let's see here. Let's spray a little bit there. Get that initial reaction again. So, but I do like colognes, a lot of different colognes. I like them different seasons and stuff like that. And so, different seasons also depending on how I'm dressed up. If I'm dressed kind of down, there are certain colognes I like to, wear at those times as well. Yeah, this is way different when you first initially smell it. That's pretty green. And it's softer when you let it dry down just a little bit. So that's pretty interesting. With the initial spray, definitely is a little bit, little wilder, more green into it. I think it's, I think if you're a young, it's probably made primarily for older guys. At least the initial smell smells like that. So if you're a mature guy, you know, you're dressed up, I think this would be good for that type of situation. If you're an older guy, I think you pull it off and, you know, dress down kind of like I am right now, or primarily, you know, if you got your business casual, I think it'd be a pretty good scent for that particular situation. Now, I can say that colognes are expensive. They can be very expensive. This is mid-range, approximately. You can get some cheaper colognes, and especially when you're first starting out. And then it's probably a good thing to kind of, you know, get samples if you can, and find out if you find out what you like. You know, get you one signature scent, which may cost you between $40 to $60, maybe $70, depending on where you go. And then you can get up to probably at least pushing 100, maybe 125, depending on what you get and a size. I would also recommend that you get a travel size if you can, because those give you a decent amount, and it'll last you a while, but it's not as expensive as actually going out and buying a full bottle like this, you know, unless you find something that smells good that's relatively inexpensive. But for this one, I think it'd be good for, I usually kind of like the colors of it, so I'd probably wear some brown or darker, you know, with this particular one. It seems like it, you know, for the most part, people probably wouldn't get too offended by it. They might be like, what in the world is that? But I don't think it would be, it's a bad cologne at all. I think the more I smell it, the more I kind of like it. So, but I'll wear it out a little bit more and see what I think. I might make another video. Might not. I don't know. But basically, it's pretty cool. So at least as far as my first initial perceptions of it. So the dry down smells pretty good as well. So I think it'd be good for you know, business casual, definitely business. You know, if you're dressed up, this would be pretty good, nice for it. It has a very unique profile, more mature, and so it's not like a kiddie cologne. So it might change the way somebody views you if they walk past you and smell it. Okay, so I think colognes have a lot of influence on how people may perceive you. You know, even if you're dressed down, but you have an upscale cologne, I think it actually can change how people look at you, or make you at least, you know, it could be a conversation starter. So, but I think that's about it. But that's what happens when nice guys retaliate. You guys take care.